Hey y'all, it's Bethany with the Wandering Purl podcast, and welcome to episode 30. I am so excited that I have reached 30 episodes. It's just taken a little less than 2 years to get here, so I am super excited. Thank you guys for tuning in, and for all of you who have been with me since episode 1. Bless you, because I was a hot mess back then, not knowing what I was doing, and even now I feel like that sometimes too. So thank you guys for joining this 30th episode. And also, I got 1,000 subscribers. Okay, well, if you look right now, I have like 997 because I lost 4 subscribers, but I did reach it. I was at 1,001, which was really exciting, and I'm sure that I will hop back over that 1,000 mark soon. So we're going to be doing a giveaway at the end of this podcast. Well, I'll do it and giveaway in the next one, but I'm going to tell you how you can get put in to win it. That wasn't the right word. How you can win it. Stick around to the end and I'll tell you all about that. But yeah, you can probably tell that I am wearing something new. So I'm going to chat all about that. I have a couple other finished objects to share with you, and I have a work in progress and a stash update, all types of things to talk about today. So I'm in yet again another new place because the bird cage is where I used to be. If you didn't see last episode, we got a bird. Her name is Skittles, and she is a green cheek conure. She is a mess, and she has taken over my podcasting spot, which is right beside me. So I'm kind of trying to figure out where the best place is to podcast now. I know we have this lovely kayak as a view, but it's going to be covered up a lot with information and photos, so hopefully you can just bear with the kayak for right now. But yeah, what else do I have to say? We are still in South Weber, Utah. It is actually the first time we have seen sun in about 3 days. So the sun just came out about an hour ago, so we are enjoying that. The temperature is definitely dropping here, and we have entered fall 100%, and I'm loving every minute of it. So yeah, I don't think fall is going to be very long because winters are hard here in Utah, but I'm going to enjoy it while I can. So I think that's all I had to say in the beginning. Let me make sure. That's it. So let's head on and talk about these finished objects. My first finished object is not 100% finished, and it is what I am wearing, which is the Sundaze, which is by Wool & Pine. You've seen this the last 2 or 3 episodes, and I am wearing it, so I mean technically it could be finished, but I haven't finished the macrame on the bottom. So let's just chat about kind of the details of the pattern, and then we'll talk all about all the other things that are happening too. I just turned the overhead light on, so I'm hoping that helps with the lighting. It might have made no difference at all. I'm not sure, but I realized it wasn't on and thought I would turn it on. So, okay, let's talk about the details on this beautiful top. So this is the Sundaze, and it is by Wool & Pine. I am loving their designs recently. They have such fun patterns, and they're really intricate looking, but so simple to do. So I am just loving their designs, and they have great instructions and patterns. So if you're looking for something fun to make, I definitely would recommend checking out Wool & Pine. I made the 4th size, which is a 50-inch circumference. You're supposed to have about 8 to 10 inches of positive ease, so that's why I went with that one. I used a US 3, which is a 3.25 millimeter. This is way smaller than the pattern suggests, but I just could not get gauge on US 5, so I went down to a US 3. The yarn that I am using, I have it somewhere. Oh, here it is Kelborn Woolens. This is their tag, and this is their perennial base, and this is neon coral is the color. I love this color. It's so fun. The yarn was really fun to work with. It is a, 60% superwash merino, 25% Surrey alpaca, and then 15% nylon. So it's definitely a different base than I've used before, but I really enjoyed working with it. Is that everything? I think so. Okay. So let's chat about this. I was really hoping to have it completely finished. But that didn't happen because the macrame at the bottom is taking forever. And I forgot that you had to block it before you started that. So I blocked it, which took about a day. And so I lost that day of work that I could work on it, and it just didn't work out. But it is wearable, and I'll put in a video and show you what it looks like on, even though the fringe is not completely done yet. I'm not sure that this is the most flattering top for my body, but I'm still liking it. So we'll see how it goes. But I am enjoying it so far. It's a really fun pattern. I was praying, literally praying last night that I would not run out of yarn, because I had almost a full skein left when I started adding the fringe, and it was really touch and go. I really did not know if I was going to have enough yarn, and I still don't know if I'll have enough for the very last step of the macrame. We might have to fudge that a little bit, but I was so thankful that I had enough to do the fringe correctly. I was like, I don't want to go buy another skein. Can I fudge it some way and like move it? And anyways, it worked out, and I'm so thankful. This right here is all that I have left. So that is not a lot of yarn at all to have left. And I'm hoping this will be enough to do the last little portion, which I think it will be. But I thought I was going to have a lot more yarn than this. The fringe takes up a lot of yarn. So if you're planning to make this, make sure that you have lots and lots of yarn at the end of the project to add the fringe, because it's a lot. I kept going and going and going and thinking, oh my gosh, I think I cut probably like close to 500 strands of 32 inches. It was a lot, y'all. I do have some notes about the pattern. You can see my hair is covering it, but you are supposed to attach the top right here. So this is where you attach it so you can customize the size of your neck. As I'm sitting here, I'm realizing this neck is way too big, so I am probably going to bring it in another 1.5 to 2 inches probably. So it's not going to sit, it's going to sit more up here. I have already done it 3 times on both sides because I didn't want to do it too small to begin with, and apparently I'm being way too cautious and need to just do it. So it is going to probably, I want to do it to about where my bra straps are, just so it's not falling off my shoulder. I mean, I could totally do like a bohemian thing like this. Actually, that is kind of cute. I don't know. That is really cute though. Now I'm wondering, should I leave it like it is and do the off to the side type thing? Which could be really cute. Or should I take it back here? Oh, I think I might have decided. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think I should leave it as it is, or should I close it up some more and have it? I mean, I can always go back and close it up later. I will just set aside some yarn to make sure I have some in case I want to do that. But yeah, I mean, it's a really fun pattern. I really enjoyed it. Another note on the pattern is that I added length to mine. So it is a very cropped design, and I am not really into the crop that much. The only reason I made this one is because of the fringe, and it makes it not so cropped and not seem so cropped, at least in my mind. So I added probably about 30 inches, or not 30 inches. Good Lord, that would be a lot. About 30 stitches when you're casting on the body. So you can keep that in mind with mine. And that also took away quite a bit of yarn for it. So, I mean, if I hadn't done that, I would have plenty for the fringe and everything. But I'm really happy that I did add the length. What are we saying? I'm almost done. I'm hoping to finish this in the next couple days. So that's why I am saying that it is a finished object. Because the knitted part is done. I just have to do all of those knots, which I did the first round of knots last night, and it took me 2 hours to do 4 knots all the way around. 2 hours. Did I just say 4 knots? Did I just say 4 hours? I meant 2 hours. It was 4 knots, 2 hours. it's very tedious, but I can't wait to add more to it because I think it's going to be really cute, and I'm really excited to see how it turns out. So in the next podcast, I will show you some pictures of it all finished, but it is basically finished. I mean, I could wear it like it is right now. So we're just going to call it a finished object for this podcast. And as you know, I was making this with my sister Sabra, and she is in the almost exact same spot that I am. I'm going to throw in a photo here for you. Hers is all black, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I'm really loving how hers turned out, and it's so cute on her. She also had the same yarn problem. So she made quite a few sizes smaller than mine. And I'll have her Ravelry page linked down below in case you want to check hers out also. But she had to fudge her tassels quite a bit. So she added length in between them and things like that. But she got it to work, and I think it's going to be so cute. I'm really excited to see hers all finished also. And I love that we are finishing at the same time, because I was about a week ago, I was like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and try to finish this up. And she was like, oh yeah, that's fine, no worries. And then she was ahead of me, and I was like, dang girl, come on now. Crazy. But that is the first finished object of the podcast, and I'm really happy with it so far, and I can't wait for it to be fully finished. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. My next finished object is a pair of socks. I was doing these as a test knit for my friend Erica of the Lopsided Crafter, and I am so excited to show you and to share this new pattern with you. It doesn't have a release date that I know of yet, but as soon as it does, I will let you guys know so you can go check it out. I think this might be revolutionary in heels for socks, so let's get into some details for it. It is called the Enchanted Heel Socks, and it is by the Lopsided Crafter. I used a US 1, which is a 2.25 millimeter magic loop for these, which is what I always use for my socks. I made the medium size, which is 64 stitches. And the yarn I use, I don't have the tag for anymore, but it's Earth and Empress, and their Christmas on the Farm colorway. So let me show you. The point of this heel is to have kind of like a heel flap and gusset, but without having to pick up any stitches. And it worked out amazingly well. It's really neat, and I'm really excited I haven't worn them yet because I wanted to have them nice for the podcast. But I'm excited to wear them and see how they fit for a heel, because I don't really... The Afterthought heel or the Fish Lips Kiss heel doesn't really do very well with my foot type. It kind of twists around a lot. So I'm excited to see how these work, because I think it would be really interesting. So here is the sock. I did finish both of them. Let me show you close up. So you can see you do a ribbing through here, and then you start doing, it's almost kind of like what you would do for the heel, for the, like heel turn. I guess it's called the heel turn. Yeah, for the heel turn is what you kind of do right through here, but it gives such a fun look. Isn't that awesome? I just love that so much. I think this is going to be really great, and so many people are going to love this, especially if you don't like picking up stitches. But yeah, I'm really excited to have been able to test knit these for Erica and to give them a go. So hold on, this heater just turned on, and it is too hot in here to have that on. Please turn off. Turn off. Let's hope that it turns off in a second. It's not chilly in here right now. But you can see here, I'll show you both sides. I'm really excited about these. I just did shorties. So I did 15 2x2, 15 leg, and then started on the heel, and just worked all the way through. So these are now ready to be worn. I'm excited. So it was a really easy pattern to follow, and I think it's going to be a great option for knitted socks in the future. My last finished object is the Everyday Cardigan, and this is a pattern by Knit Sisu, and it just flew off my needles. It went really quickly, and I didn't run out of yarn. I was almost positive that I was going to run out of yarn for it even before I started the project. So I was just so excited when I finished it and didn't need to buy any more yarn. Let's talk about the yarn. So I've had this yarn in my stash for over 3 years. I originally got this yarn to make the Felix cardigan and then decided that I didn't want to make that one. And it's just been sitting there, and it was on my list of yarn that I needed to find a project for. So I looked up a simple cardigan, which is the Everyday Cardigan. It was really easy to follow, really great pattern, and made it. And I was so excited. So this is by Knit Picks, and it is simply alpaca. It's Aran weight. This colorway is, what is it? Alton. I guess you could see that on the front. But I think I had 4 balls of this, which is 100 grams and how many? 246 yards. So it was kind of like, don't know if I'm gonna have enough to make this. I made the second size, which was the 24 inch. So circumference is about 48 inches. For the size 1, I was 100 yards less than what that needed. So I really didn't think I was gonna have enough for the size 2 that I was making. But I did, and I am so excited. I used a US 8, which is a 5mm needle. I used my Lantern Moon needles for this one, and I did do a few things differently. So I didn't put the pocket. So the original pattern has pockets, and I knew I just didn't want pockets. This is alpaca, and I know if I had pockets and put anything in it, it was just going to weigh it down a lot. So I thought, no use in doing that. I was short on yarn anyways, so let's just go ahead and eliminate the pockets. And I also did about 1 inch shorter on the ribbing at the bottom. It was like 3.5 inches, and I really didn't want that much, so I did, I think, about 2.5 inches of ribbing. And are you ready to see it? I haven't even cut the ends off yet, so please excuse all my ends. They are woven in, but they are not snipped. So here it is. I'm really, really happy with it. It's just a very simple cardigan. It smells so good from where I blocked it. It's just something I can throw on if I need something a little cozy. You can see, where is it? Right here, where I woven my ends right there, where I was changing balls or skeins. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it. It's really weird because I have double knit right now, but I'm really happy with it, and it's exactly what I wanted. It fits like a tee, fits perfect. And yeah, it's just something I can throw on, not be worried about it like getting damaged or getting like snagged or anything. So yeah, if I have to run out and do something and it might be dirty, it might not, I can wear this, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. The sleeves turned out perfect length, and I feel like this is going to grow the more I wear it, since it is alpaca and it's like 100% alpaca. So I'm not worried that it's just the perfect fit. It's gonna grow a little bit and just be so cozy. So I'm loving it a lot. Anything else to say about this? Not really. It's really soft. I'm really happy with this yarn. I would use it again for sure. Maybe have a project that I'm immediately going to cast on with it though. But yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. It comes, I'll put in a video of where it comes down on me. But yeah, I really am happy. I now have to get back. I have to throw my leg over this. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm in a really weird position. There's a table right here with the microphone and everything. Anyways, but yeah, I'm really happy with it. It was really fast, and that's about all I have to say. Grams and yards. Let's go over that real fast. Oh, it's too warm to have double knits on. And it's not even warm, but I guess I'm just getting old. But the grams, I ended up having about 40 grams left over, which was really surprising since I thought I was going to run out. So I used 364.44 grams, which equaled 895 yards. And for the pigskin party, it got me 54 points, which I was excited about. This I started before the pigskin party, so it doesn't count, which is a bummer because it's a lot of yards. But that's okay. I'll have plenty more coming up. So those are the 3 finished objects. Well, finished objects that I have to share with you today. I only have one work in progress to share with you, other than that I am still working on the fringe of this. And I just cast it on last night because I was like, I have to have something to show you guys. So this is another one of those, I had the yarn I need to find a pattern for. So yesterday, I'm pretty sure, was it yesterday or the day before? I think it was yesterday. I went on Ravelry, put in the yarn, put in how much yardage I had, and looked for a pattern. I knew that I kind of wanted a cowl or a hat, some sort of accessory. So I was like, because I only had 100 grams of this yarn and it is a sport weight. So I found this pattern called the Furbo, and it is by Sylvia Manson. And I'm not even really sure what you call it. You'll see the picture here. It's like a cowl, but then like a turtle. I don't know. But it really intrigued me. I saw it. It was something I wasn't looking for. But I saw it and I was kind of like, you know what? We're going to be in Utah all winter, and we're going to be in one of the coldest parts of Utah for the winter. So maybe this would be a good make and try to see and wear it and see if it's something that I like for the future. So I cast it on last night while we were watching the finale of Ahsoka, and I'm excited to see how it goes. So the yarn that I am using is Wool Folk, and this is in colorway F7 or navy tweed. I got this yarn in Seattle at Acorn Street Shop back, I think in January, February, somewhere about then. I only got one skein at the time, and I didn't realize it was 50 grams. So when I got home, I was like, oh, what am I going to make with 50 grams of the sport weight yarn? So I actually went back to Acorn Street and met up with my friend Helen Joe a few months later, and bought a second skein so that I would have enough to make something with it. And that something is going to be this turtleneck cowl thing. So I'm housing this in my Mountain State Stitches bag. This is her small bag, and I just love it. I pulled it out last night. I am using my Lantern Moon needles. I'm using, let me go over the details. I'm using a US 8, which, is that right? Yes, a US 8, which is a 5mm. It's the same needles I used for the cardigan that I just shared with you guys. It only comes in one size, so I'm doing that size. It is a free pattern too, guys, so if you want to check it out and try it for yourself, it is free. It's in English, and then I believe it was originally written in like Danish or something similar. I'll put on the screen what it was if it wasn't Danish. So it's been converted to English. And what else? I think that's it. So let's show you what I have so far. So this is what I have. Super exciting, I know. So I have like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 rounds done. And this is going to be the top. So this is the turtleneck part. And I'm thinking of possibly doing a folded, so it'll be double warm on my neck. I saw someone in the projects had done that, and it looked really cute, and I'd actually already thought about that before I looked through the projects. So that's definitely something that I might do, just depending on when I get through the 30 some rows that it is for the ribbing. But yeah, I'm excited to see how this turns out. I think it'll be a really quick project, and it'll go by, especially since it's on size 8s. But I do have my 2 yarns caked up right here, and these are in the Yarn Cozy Minis. These are the 50 grams size, and it's a pattern by Nitty Natty or Love and Stitches. This one my friend Stephanie made for me, and then this is one that I made. These are actually the exact same pattern, except this is how it is originally written, and I reversed the pattern and did it the opposite way that it says. So this is kind of what it looks like if you do the reverse style that I like to do. So that is the only work in progress that I have. My goal is 100% finish the macrame on this top and get it done. I'd like to have it done by Saturday because that is our wedding anniversary and we're going to be going out to dinner and I would like to wear it to do that. So we'll see if that happens. Even if it's not, I guess I could, but the fringe is kind of wild at the bottom because it's not all even. But then this will go really fast and we will move on to newer projects. Speaking of newer projects, I did want to chat about some things that I am wanting to cast on very soon, since most of my projects are now wrapped up. So I got some yarn for a muscle bra for Brian last week, and I am going to be casting that on very soon. I actually have it caked up, and I'll share that with you in a few minutes. And then I also want to make the grannies in a rose socks for my mom for Christmas. It's on my to-do list. I have all the yarn ready and in a bag with needles. I just need to cast on and get the pattern. And then I also have a few Christmas presents that I need to cast on because certain people watch this podcast or may watch this podcast and I don't want them to see it. So I'll be working on those and you won't see them till after they are gifted in December. And then fourthly, I may possibly start one of the stockings. We'll see. That is also a possibility there. So those are kind of like future whips that are very close to being started. I have most of them all like caked up and ready in bags and things to go. I was just waiting on finishing these two big garments and now they're almost done. So let's see. Should I just go ahead and do acquisitions in this segment too? Let's do that. So I have 2 new yarn purchases. One was planned and one was just not planned at all. So the one that wasn't planned was a D-stash from the Love and Stitches membership. Someone posted a lot of beautiful skeins and I saw this one and couldn't say no. It is from Blush Yarns. So I got this beautiful skein from her off of a D-stash. I really love this skein. So it's going to go with my other beautiful blush yarns and hopefully become something beautiful one day. And I realized last podcast, when I was talking about who my favorite yarn dyer is, I didn't say Blush Yarns. That is 100% who I should have said because I love her yarn. I use it as much as possible. I love Natalie. So in addition to the ones that I mentioned last time, I also am saying Blush Yarns is like top of the top, and I don't know why I didn't think of her. But I just wanted to clear the air there. So I did get this one. It has no plans. None at all. And then the other one that I got was planned, and it is for Brian's muscle bra. I knew that I needed a hat or a skein to make him a hat. I was thinking about doing the Oslo hat, but then you have to hold it double, and it's like a DK. So I decided I'm probably just going to do a muscle bra for him. So I have already caked it up, so I will put in the photo of what it looked like in the skein here, and it is called Plucky Knitter. I know this is a pretty popular brand. The Crazy Sock Lady has used them a lot. This colorway is called, it's called Bomb Diggity. And I have wanted to try their yarn for a really long time and just never seen it in person. So the store that I went to, which I'll talk about in life, it had them, and I was really excited and found this skein. This is what it looks like all, let me take the needles out, all caked up. And I think it's going to be really cute. I have my little stitch marker, which is from Simply Serving, and it's already in my little pocket from Cottontail Farms. Needles are ready. Just needs to cast it on. That's all it needs. So that will be done very soon. So that was the second one. And then my friend Laurie was very sweet and gifted me this beautiful red mini skein. Good Lord, couldn't think. Red mini skein. I am needing this for a project coming up, and I was looking for one and we were out shopping together, just a spoiler alert, and she was like, I have tons at my house, just come and get one from me. And I was like, are you sure? And she's like, yeah. So she let me pick one out, and this is the one I picked. So thank you very much, Laurie. Is going to be put to use very soon. So those are all the acquisitions that I have. I haven't had an acquisition section in a really long time. So I am happy that I have it. You know, I didn't spend that much, but one of them, two out of three have projects in mind. So that's a good thing. It is the beginning of a new month, or at least the first podcast of the month for me, and that means a stash update. So we're going to go through my stash and kind of go through what I used, what I didn't use, all the different things. I've been loving keeping this this list and like really detailed information about it all. So let's get to it. I did do a complete inventory of my skeins. One afternoon I was like, you know what? I want to just write it down so I know exactly what it is and get it all cataloged. Yeah. So I'll show you on the screen what I did. It is full of the name of the dyer, the name of the yarn, what weight it is, the grams, the number of that color I have. Then it has the link to Ravelry, to the exact page of it, and what year I required it. And then I'm also have, if it's a sock set, on the other side, and a slot for when I move it down to the bottom and I've used that yarn, how much of it I have left. Yeah, I was kind of crazy in wanting to do that, but I'm really glad that I did. And it actually made my number of skeins go down. And I also figured out some to destash, and I did destash some. So it was all around a really good day. But so what I have in stash right now, including the 2 purchase skeins that I just got, they are in that number, is 35 skeins, which is quite a bit lower than what I had before, like by 3 or 4 skeins. I'm not sure where I went wrong, what I did, but I know from this category and from counting it multiple times that 35 is the total number of skeins that I have in my stash. My goal is 30 for the end of the year, so that just means I have to use 5 more skeins. And I already have 1 caked up ready to go, so I think I'm going to hit my goal. So let's hope so. But let's go through kind of what I did in the month of September. So in the month of September, I did a total of 5 projects. Those projects were a muscle burrow for Grayson, vanilla socks for Felicity, another muscle burrow, but this one for Kai. Then I did Christmas socks for my dad, and I also did the Enchanted sock test knit, or Enchanted heel socks test knit. So those were the 5 that I finished in the month of September, which equaled 344.23 grams, and that is a total of 1,511 yards. So kind of a smaller month, but this month is going to be huge because I'm going to have my Sundaze and the everyday cardigan, which I finished on the 2nd, so it didn't count for last month. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. 5 things done. They were 4 of those 5 were on my list of things to do. So if you were here a couple of podcasts ago, I made this whole list of what I wanted to finish by the end of November. So I'm pleased with that. And what else? How many skeins I used and such. Let's go through that. So in September, that was last month, September, in projects I used 9 skeins of yarn. That includes yarn for this and yarn for the everyday cardigan. I destashed 2 skeins of yarn. I purchased 2 skeins of yarn, and it's 35 skeins is what I have. I don't know, it's minus 12, but that number doesn't equal that. So there's 3 skeins that I'm not really sure what happened to them. I have 2 nitpick skeins that are like bare that I didn't count, and I'm thinking that those 2 might be it, or there might be 3 of them. and I didn't count them in this list. So that might be where the difference is coming from. But I now have a really concrete number of what I am counting, so I'm keeping it and it'll be good. Um, but yeah, I'm really happy with the 35. And yeah, stash is going down, which I'm really pleased about. And was there anything else? I don't think so. Yeah, so we're going with 35 for the beginning of October. I've already taken 2 out actually for my color cowl thing. And then that one will come out, so that's 3 down for October already. So it's looking like a good month so far. If you're keeping up with your stash, let me know how you're doing. Have you grown your stash a lot this year, or have you kind of been like me and trying to work from stash? I'd love to know and kind of hear about it. I think it's been really fun to kind of try to work from stash and not spend the money. There have been beautiful, beautiful skeins that I have seen this year, and I've bought some of them. I've bought plenty of yarn this year. I mean, let's see, purchased, there's a lot. Like, there's well over 20 skeins that I have purchased this year. So I'm not buying yarn, but it's been really nice to kind of look at my stash and be like, what could I make with this? Or what could I use from stash to make this pattern? So I'd love to know what you think. Tell me your number and your stash. I would love to hear it. Even if it's way, way bigger than mine or way, way smaller than mine, I would love to know what it is, because no stash is the wrong number. Every stash is perfect just the way it is. So there's no pressure here. So we're going to move on to life. Life has been good the last couple of weeks. I feel like we did a lot, but then we didn't do a lot. Oh, the dog's going to lay down. Okay. But having Skittles, our bird, is keeping us entertained and keeping us busy. She's like a toddler, and you have to entertain her for a certain amount of hours a day. And when Brian's at work, that job falls to me. And the kids have been really, really great with taking her like back to our room, or taking her into Felicity's room and playing with her. She loves them and is really enjoying them. She did have a little accident where the dogs somehow, while she was in her cage, like damaged her beak. I don't know how it happened. I wasn't in the room at the time. I had literally just left like 1 minute earlier. But she likes to try to bite at the dogs if they're sniffing her at her cage. So I'm wondering if like she was trying to bite and one of them, I don't know. But she got a vet visit and is fine. She was on antibiotic for a week, which she absolutely hated. And she had some pain meds. But yeah, birds hold grudges. So whoever gave her the medicine that day, she didn't like them that day. So yeah, that was fun. But she's absolutely fine. She's doing great. Although 2 days ago, she likes to climb up on, we have these valances up above the windows, and she was up there, and then she became a suicidal bird and just dove into the floor. And luckily, I was standing right there and scooped her up. But yeah, it was interesting. I now have a bruise on my knee from where I like literally dove to the floor and got her, but she's a mess, but we love her and we are enjoying having her. Let's see, what else is there? We have had lots and lots of rain. I know I mentioned at the beginning that this is the first time we've seen the sun in about 3 days. It literally rained and rained. It's really been a very rainy fall, I feel like, which I'm really fine with, and reminds me of being back in Washington State. And I like the rain. It's really nice. So that's been nice to see the rain. It actually snowed up on the mountains a little bit. We've been able to see some snow, which is fun. The mountains are so gorgeous around here when they are covered in snow. So we're looking forward to winter with all of the snowfall. And the temperature has definitely dropped. So last time I podcast, we were like 80 degrees. Now we're like in the 50s. Let's see, what does it say? It says it's 59 right now. So about 20 degrees different. And that's really nice. I'm enjoying that. I've been wearing my bubble cardigan by Stephen West all the time. It needs to be washed. I need to wash it because it's just so cozy and it's the best. So maybe another one of those knit in my future, possibly, because it's the best. I love it. We drove up. The colors are changing here for autumn on the trees. So we took, what is it called? Trapper's Loop, which my friend Laurie told us about. And we drove. It takes us kind of back behind this mountain that is behind us and all the way around. And we had never driven that road before, so it was nice to kind of see a different area and to see the leaves changing. I'll have put in some photos for you, but it was just gorgeous. The reds are so bright, and now the yellows and oranges are starting to come in too, so it's going to be a really, really pretty autumn here. And thankful that's all thanks to the rain that they had this spring. So that's a lot of rain they've had this year, which is good because it's like a desert area, so they kind of need it. And then I also went on a yarn date with my friend Laurie. She's in the 11 Stitches membership and literally lives less than 5 minutes from where we currently are. So it was just like meant to be that she would join the membership, and we had just moved here and we connected. So we got to go on a second little yarn date. She came and picked me up in her Mini Cooper, which was so fun because we used to have a Mini Cooper and I loved it. And they're such fun cars. And we drove first down past Salt Lake and went to a yard store called Willow Hill Yarn Company. And it was such a cute yarn store. It had really pretty yarns. There were several in there that I was like, I really like that, but it didn't have a plan for them, so I didn't purchase them. But it was in this old log cabin, and it was just a really sweet little store. So we enjoyed going there, and then after that we went to another yarn store on the way back up to Ogden from Salt Lake called Seed Stitch, and it was in downtown. It was another really cute store. The owner was so sweet and was just really chatty and was helping us with things, and that's where I actually purchased the Plucky Knitter yarn. She had really pretty yarns there, so those were really both fun. And then we got some lunch, which was delicious. And then I got to come back home and I took a nap. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. We enjoyed that. And yeah, it was a good couple of weeks. This next couple of weeks are going to be busy. Brian and I are celebrating our 17th wedding anniversary on Saturday, the 7th. So we're really excited for that. We're edging closer and closer to half our lives with each other. We got married when we were 19, so 2 more years, and then we will be half and half of with each other and without, which I think is really fun. So we're going to try to sneak away and go get some Korean barbecue. Hopefully, we'll see how it goes. But that's the plan. And then my middle kiddo is turning 13 in a couple weeks. I'm going to have 2 teenagers, which is wild. I can't believe that at all. So I'm really excited to celebrate him, and we'll probably end up going to a pumpkin patch and doing all kinds of different things. So the next couple weeks I am thinking are going to be pretty busy. And then the next couple weeks, and then it'll be November, and then we'll move to a different campground, and then before you know it, it'll be Christmas, and then it'll be 2024. You know, it's just going to go so fast. But I'm looking forward to all the fun things ahead. And then I did want to mention that I'm going to be doing Vlogtober. You're like, well, it's October 5th and I haven't seen anything from you. That's right. But I'm going to do a weekly vlog. I didn't want to do the daily vlog because I am going to do, oh my goodness, I just forgot what it's called. What is it called at Christmas time? My mind just totally went blank. Vlogmas. That's what it's called. So I do plan to do Vlogmas in December, and I wanted to participate in Vlogtober, but I didn't want to do dailies. So I'm going to do them weekly. So they're going to drop on the Sunday of every Sunday in October. So I think there's like 4. There should be 4 of them. Anyways, I've been filming some, so hopefully that will come up. I would love it if you would check it out. You'll get to see the projects that I'm working on before you get to see the podcast, and you will get to see if we get to go on that date on Saturday night or not. So stay tuned for that and look out for that coming on the 8th, which is next Sunday. And again, just thank you to everyone who has subscribed. Reaching 1,000 was like my big goal. And I've done that. I'm going to get to do it twice because I lost subscribers, but that happens all the time, so it's not a big deal. But thank you so much. And if you haven't subscribed and you're enjoying it, it would mean so much to me if you would subscribe. Because yeah, I'm just really excited that there's 1,000 of you out there who are watching and like me. That's crazy, but thank you very much. I appreciate it. So speaking of that, let's talk about the giveaway for the 1,000 subscribers / 30th episode. I have a really fun giveaway to tell you about. So let's go through that. So I have a picture. I'm going to show the picture right here of everything nicely set out for you to see it instead of me just kind of showing you wildly like I'm about to. But you are going to be eligible to win this beautiful skein of Wonderland yarns, and it is called Mary Ann. My dear friend Anne actually gifted this to me back in January and said that I could use it either for myself or a giveaway, and I thought it was gorgeous and you guys would love it. So this is part 1 of that. It is so pretty. It's got beautiful grays and some like bluey aquas in there. And it's very plump. Let's see, what is the base? It is an 8515 base, but it is really plump. So that's really nice. And then I have these cute little stitch stoppers from Fox and Pine. I love these. I use them all the time. And like, I would not use them in the future. I need them when I have projects, especially like my muscle burl that's going to be on 16-inch. They're a must. So that will be in there as well. And then we're also going to have, let me see if I can get these. I'll just take it out of this. These cute little stitch markers from the heart and the star are from Whimsy and Sassy was what I thought. Whimsy and Sassy. And then this other little note one is one that I have had, and I just thought, you know what, I never use it. Someone else can use it. So those will also be there. And then the last thing is this beautiful bag that I was gifted. With a hair on it. It will be clean when you receive it. But it says Knit Happens, and it is the perfect size for a sock project, a muscle board project. You could even easily fit 2 skeins in here. It has this nice little clip on it here that you can either attach to your bag or attach stitch markers to. And it is the zip project bag. It is white on this side and then has the adorable kitten on that side. And this was gifted by Luna's Loft Boutique. And her information will be linked down below. And there it is also. Here's the front. So thank you to Ashley for that donation. So these are the progress keepers that I have thrown somewhere. But this will be the giveaway. So if you would like a chance to win this, I would love for you to comment down below and let me know what your favorite project or favorite memory from the summer is. Did you have a great vacation? Did you finish that dream project that you've always wanted? Either one of those will work, and you will have to be subscribed to win, so make sure you are subscribed, and I will appreciate reading all of your comments. And again, thank you so much for all of your love and support. Lastly, let's talk about some TV. Since the writer's strike and the actor's strike, there is like nothing on television. So I have been watching a lot of reality TV that has been on. Thank goodness for that. But other than that, I myself watched an old show that I loved as a teenager, and it was called Higher Ground, and it came on, I think it was like I don't even remember what it was called at the time, but it was like Fox Family, I think is what it was called. But it came out in the year 2000. So it is a very old show. And you can find it on Amazon Prime and buy the whole season for like $6. And I did that. And I watched all of them. So it's not a great show. It's not like run out and watch that show. It's very teen angsty, and yeah, like all the kids that were on the show I've seen in other things later as adults. It has Hayden Christensen, who plays Anakin Skywalker. That was the first thing I actually saw him in, and absolutely like had the biggest crush on him then. And then he was cast as Anakin, and I was already obsessed with Star Wars and like freaked out. Um, so after watching Ahsoka and having Anakin in that, I kind of just veered off onto a whole thing. It also has Joe Lando in it, and if you are like me and loved the 90s show Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman, he is Sully and he is on the show. Anyways, I went down a whole rabbit hole with it, but I really enjoyed rewatching it. But again, don't go out and watch it just because of me. And another thing we've been watching is obviously Ahsoka. So we finished the series last night. It was really good. Hoping there's a second season. I'm pretty sure there will be. But we've enjoyed that a lot. And since I couldn't find anything to watch the other night, I started watching Clone Wars, which is the animated series of Star Wars, and I have never seen it before. My daughter watched it, and now she knows more about Star Wars than me, so I figured I should probably like fix that and watch it myself. So I am watching that. I'm on episode 10. I'm enjoying it. It's like 20-minute episodes, so it's been fun. With Brian, we went down a rabbit hole of watching all the Fast and Furious movies. We, I think we had seen the first three movies, um, like when Vin Diesel comes back for the first time, with everyone and Paul, like that was where we had stopped. We hadn't seen any of the other ones, and there's like 10 of them. So they are on Netflix up until I think Fast Five, and then Peacock has the others. So we have been watching those and very much enjoying them. Since most of them are new, like we hadn't seen the ones where Paul Walker passed away during filming. So it was very that one was really sad. But it was really good to watch. We have one more to watch, which is Fast X, I think. So that's the last one we have to watch. We didn't watch Tokyo or the Hobbs and Shaw one. We might go back and watch those, but we just went through the originals for the beginning. So that's what we've been watching. We also started the show Jack Ryan on Amazon Prime. We're only like 4 or 5 episodes in, but it's pretty interesting, and I think we'll continue to watch that and finish that after we watch Fast X. So that's what we've been watching. But back to life. I think that's all I have to say. Thank you guys again for tuning in, for subscribing. Comment down below so you can be entered to win that beautiful prize, and look out for my Vlogtober weekly vlogs coming this Sunday. See you guys next time. Bye. So the elephant is the room. Elephant is the room. That was really good. So the elephant is the I did it again. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's try a different phrase. I didn't think this was going to be long, but I'm chatty today. Doesn't strangle me. My next finish. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah.